Hi guys, welcome to Cheryl's Home Cooking. I'm out in the field picking navel oranges, and I'm picking these navel oranges. I'll pick a quarter of a bushel. I'll pick them, then I'll bring them home, get them prepared, and I'll be making orange jelly. So let's get picking, and I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Just look at how nice and big that is. This is perfect.
Just pull it down.
Look at how nice and perfect this is. Can't wait to make jelly out of this. Another big one. I'll break the stems off and stick them in my bag. These blooms, if you could really smell them, they really smell pretty. Pretty soon these blooms will be into oranges. Well, I just got back from picking my oranges. So now I'm going to get started on making my orange jelly. But before I start, I did stop at the store and I picked up this nice juicer by Black & Decker. So it juices it automatically for me because I need 3.5 cups of juice, the orange juice. It also comes with 2 centerpieces. You can use the small or the large, but because I'm using oranges, I'm going to use the small one. So I'll place this off to the side. It also has an adjustment on how much pulp that you want in your jelly. So you can see it ranges from no pulp to a lot of pulp. So what I'm going to do for my orange jelly is I'm going to put a lot of pulp in here. So I'll take off the top. I'll put my centerpiece in on the pulp adjustment. So I have my pulp all the way. I'll place it on top. And how this works is once you put your orange or grapefruit down on here, it automatically runs. So what I'll do is place this off to the side and start slicing my oranges because I need 3.5 cups of juice. So I'll start slicing my oranges. And then just press it down. I'm squeezing my orange as I'm doing this. Look at how good that works. You can see by using this juicer that it leaves the seeds on top. So that's perfect. So now I'll continue on juicing my oranges. These oranges are so nice and juicy, nothing like homemade. I tried doubling the recipe and it doesn't work. Because using the Sure Gel, it just doesn't gel the jelly. So I actually have to do it in 2 stages. So I'm getting a lot of juice out of these oranges. This juicer actually works really good. What pulp is on top, I do want to place this inside my juice. So what I'm going to do is take the seeds out and then place the rest of this pulp that didn't go through inside my juice. Along with my 3½ cups of juice, you'll need 5 cups of sugar and 1 box of the Gel, the pectin. After the jelly has been processed and it's in my jars, you'll give it a water bath for 5 minutes. This orange jelly is really good. So I have all my jars sterilized. I have some water in the jars in my microwave so that this way here the jars are nice and warm, so that this way here when I put the hot mixture into the jars don't crack. I really like this juicer. It really works good. I don't have a cup measure on this juicer. I only have ounces. But 28 ounces is 3½ cups. I'm at 28 ounces, which is 3½ cups. So now I'm going to stop juicing and I'll take the pulp and put it in here, but I need to take the seeds out first. So I'll take the top off and start picking the seeds out. Place them in my bowl. Because the one thing you don't want in your jelly is seeds. So just adding all this extra pulp that didn't go through is really going to make this jelly good. It's optional. I mean, if you want pulp, fine. If you don't, that's fine too. This is a real good juicer too, so if you're interested in a juicer, I highly recommend it. It was only about $20 too. There's really not too many seeds in these oranges that I picked. Okay, I got the bulk of the pulp. So now I'll place this all off to the side. You can see how many oranges that I did use. This was a 1/4 of a bushel that I picked. I have 6 oranges left out of the 1/4 of the bushel. So now I'll take my juice off my juicer. I'll place it in my pot that's on my stove. I have some extra water for my canner that's already heated. I also have a pot for my lids to sterilize the lids. I have the water that's nice and warm and ready in my canner. When I went to the store to buy this juicer, they had this nice ladle. I really like it. It's got like a little clip that you can put right on your pot. And it's good to 400 degrees. So now I'm going to place my juice in my pot. Of the 5 cups of sugar, I'll take a 1/4 of a cup of the sugar. I'll add this to my juice. I'll also add a 1/4 of a cup of the lemon juice. I'll add this to my juice. Along with 1 package of the Sure Gel. You'll bring all this to a rolling boil. I'll turn my burner on high. And you'll bring all this to a rolling boil. Then you'll add the remaining sugar into your juice and bring it to another rolling boil for 1 minute. After that, then you can put your jelly inside your jars. So now I'll mix all this together, and you want to continue mixing it until the rolling boil because you don't want it to burn. So just stir constantly. After the first rolling boil, then you'll add the remaining sugar and then come to another rolling boil for exactly 1 minute. I have the rolling boil, and a rolling boil is when you're mixing it and it doesn't stop boiling. So now I'm going to add the rest of my sugar in here. Keep stirring while you're adding it. Then you'll bring it to another rolling boil for exactly 1 minute. This orange jelly is really going to be good. It's looking good already. To reduce the foaming, you can add a 1/4 of a teaspoon of butter. So I'm going to add a 1/4 of a teaspoon of butter. I'm just going to eyeball it. So just mix it in. And just stir constantly. I have my jars all sterilized. I'm warming up the jars that I'll be placing the jelly in. Once I take this off the stove, then I'll place my lids in my pot to sterilize the lids. So I have everything all set up. I have my timer set for 1 minute because you want to bring this to a rolling boil for exactly 1 minute. Now I have it to a rolling boil, so I'm going to set my timer. Once the 1 minute is up, then I'll take it off the stove and start filling my jars. To test to see if it gelled, I'll take my cold spoon, coat it with this orange jelly, and then you'll be able to see on the spoon that it did gel up. Okay, my minute is up. I'll turn my burner off. Get my pot holders. So now I have my cold spoon and my cold ice water. So now that I have my jelly on my spoon, I'll stick it in the cold water. I'm just resting the spoon on top. I'm not sticking it actually inside the water. Oh yeah, you can see how nice that gelled up. Tastes pretty good too. So now I'll take my jars out of the microwave. I'll spill my water out because you need nice hot jars. I'll line them up. I'll start out with the 3. I'll place my 3 lids in my pot of water to sterilize the lids. I'll place my funnel in my jar. Get my new spoon. And pour it into the jar. So it takes 2 and just a little bit more. You want to fill it 1/4 inch from the top. So I'll continue on. So this recipe filled 3 pint jars, and I squeezed 8 oranges, but it depends on the size of your oranges too to make the 3.5 cups. So now I'll take a clean towel, clean off the top. You want to make sure that the rim is nice and clean. I'll take my magnet, take the lid, put it on top, take your lid, your screw lid, the jar's hot, and just put it on, not too tight, just put it on tight. And continue on with the rest. I'll put that lid on. Take my last lid. Put the screw cap on. You just want it kind of like hand tight. So now I'll place my jelly jars in my canner. And you want to give them a water bath for 5 minutes, but you want to make sure that the water is boiling, and then put your timer on for 5 minutes. You want to make sure that the water is on top of your lid, so that's why I have an extra pot filled with hot water to fill it. Might be quicker if I use this. So the top of my lids are filled with water. So now I'll put the cover of my canner on top, wait for the water to boil, and then put your timer on for 5 minutes because you want a water bath for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes is up, then I'll take my jars out, place them off to the side, and let them rest for 24 hours, and then your orange jelly is done. My timer just went off, so that was 5 minutes. So now I'll take my jelly out of the canner. And I'll place it off to the side on my table for 24 hours. So now I'll just let my jars rest for 24 hours and see how easy it was to make your homemade orange jelly. This is really, really good. Well, thanks so much for watching another episode of Cheryl's Home Cooking and watch me make my homemade orange jelly. Give it a try because it's really, really good. Nothing like homemade. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.